Alright, welcome to the Legend Finance Academy. It's never a secret that probably everyone had come to a moment dreaming of their first pot of gold and being self-employed. However, maybe there are only a few people know how to earn their first bucket of gold and how to make full use of it. Now I will share my experience of earning my own first pot of gold, as well as what it is, and the basic rule you need to obey to create your own first pot of gold. What does it mean? There is a Chinese saying goes like one should always strive to achieve their first bucket of gold. But how big is this bucket of gold? Few people know it. Literally, it's the first substantially amount of wealth someone created in his life. But technically, the definition for first bucket of gold is quite subjective. Different people have different opinions. Some people have shared that they have achieved their first bucket of gold when they are a proud owner of their own home. For some it may be the first wage they have had in the saving. The story how I saved my first pot of gold. Back in the year I graduated from college, I landed my first job as a computer programmer. That job paid me $43,000 a year. Sound like a pretty decent income, right? But in retrospect, that's absolutely not my first pot of gold. Soon after, like most people would do, I bought an expensive townhouse and an eye-catching car. Before it was too late, I realized that I had been working for the bank for years. I was making decent money, but I had nothing to show with it. I felt like an indentured servant of the bank. Within 2 years, I decided to get out of that lifestyle. I sold my expensive car and got something else cheap. I changed my ways, started living cheap and paid off all my debts. I sold everything in my townhouse and finally sold the house itself, after dropping $10,000 in materials into fixing it up, for what I paid for it in the very beginning. No debt, but no money either except for about $25–30K in my retirement. I was finally back at square one. I started renting cheap, sometimes with roommates and trying to save as much as I could per month. Generally saving about 33% of my paycheck. I moved to an area with lower cost of living. At this point I was making $60K a year. I didn't really buckle down hard, but I was still saving roughly 33%, and I had about $70K socked away in the bank. Now I would say, this is my first pot of gold. Yet years after, I found myself really tired of spending my life for a paycheck to watch a number go up on a screen. Considering I've gained some valuable network and knowledge, I quit my job and dropped off the radar for about a year. That turned out to be the best decision I've ever made. If you guys are interested in what I did during that gap year, I will talk about it in another video. My soul is much healthier than before, and it would have never happened if I continued down the path of excessive pointless spending. To the best of my knowledge, it is always your resource, rather than working experience, which will increase your value. As long as you know how to apply your network, your knowledge and skills in a new environment, you'll always be okay. Anyway, after a year, I got a nice raise to return to the office life. Now making $75K with a much healthier soul. Within a few months, I was able to completely recoup all my costs I spent on my year off.
How did you get the house back from the bank?
I bought the bank.
As I no longer work for the bank now, I started thinking about how to step into the next phase of my life, earning passive income with my first pot of gold. I've talked about some of the basic investing rules in previous videos. If you still have no clue on investing, click the link here. To be clear, for most people, before figuring out what to do with your first fortune, the best thing you can do is just simply keep it. How to create your own first pot of gold. Just about everybody wants to get their first pot of gold, so why do so few people get it? One of the secrets to attaining first fortune is that it doesn't usually just happen. It starts with a detailed plan and a willingness to commit to that plan. Furthermore, it isn't a single goal, but a series of sub-goals. This is because your financial life has several facets. In order to reach your overall goal, you'll have to establish goals in the various areas of your financial life, including set life goals. Specifically, what does the first pot of gold mean to you? A general desire for it is too vague a goal, so get specific. Write down how much you should have in your bank account, what the lifestyle entails, and at what age this should be achieved. The more specific your goals, the higher the likelihood of achieving them. Next, count backward to your current age and establish financial mileposts at regular intervals. Write it all down neatly and put the goal sheet at the very beginning of your financial binder. Delayed gratification. Be ready to get comfortable with that term. It means being willing to sacrifice now in order to provide for a better life for you and your loved ones in the future. If you're currently struggling with your finances, there'll be no easy way over this hurdle. You'll probably have to cut out every expense in your budget that is not absolutely necessary, and even do what you can to reduce those that are. It could include passing of the annual vacation, buying your clothing in thrift stores, while everyone else shopping at the mall, and of course stop buying any new iPhone until the old one is totally dead. That's just a short list of the sacrifices you'll have to make. But in making them, you'll be clearing money in your budget to build savings, to get out of debt, and to invest for the future. Live below your means. Mastering a frugal lifestyle by having a mindset of living life to the fullest with less is not so hard. Indeed, many wealthy individuals developed a habit of living below their means before rising to affluence. This isn't a challenge to adopt a minimalist lifestyle or a call to action to head to the dumpster with things you've hoarded over the years. Making small adjustments by distinguishing between the things you need and the things you want is a financially helpful habit to put into practice. Always keep your career moving forward. Living beneath your means is the single most important step on this list, and that's true. But you can give yourself a major assist in that effort by making sure you steadily increase your income in the future. If you can steadily increase your income while keeping your spending level, you will reach all of your financial goals much more quickly. You can keep your career moving forward by keeping your work skills sharp and increasing your value to your employer. You should put yourself in the running for promotions where possible and hold yourself open for better opportunities with other employers. If you are self-employed, it means steadily working to keep your business moving up to the next level. In my opinion, it's not only about saving money and smart passive income ideas, but also about personal development, setting goals, take action every day, and be persistent. These steps may not bring you the first pot of gold, but they will help you develop healthy habits that can get you on the right path to your first substantial wealth of lifetime, whatever that means for you. Alright, that's all for today's video. Hope you get inspired through this video and start the new lifestyle to reach out for your dream. If that inspiration can lead you to a better life, it's all worth the effort. If you still feel puzzled about the first bucket of gold, do leave a comment in the video description area. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.